Welcome to Top of the Hill Fitness. I have a calming, hip-opening, total body stretch for you today, and art by Jen Mann. This routine would be great to do after a HIIT workout or after a run, or if you're just feeling tight and you need to shake off the day. We'll hold each stretch for 30 seconds. Remember to breathe deeply, slowly, and steadily throughout to fully benefit from the stretches. We'll start with a sunflower. Standing up tall and arms round above your head. Lean off to one side to feel the side body stretch on the opposite side. Bending over and bringing your arms across the front of your body and up the other side. And changing directions. Keep going slowly and steadily with the sunflower. I find this helps stretch out my IT band on the outside of my hip. Let's move into a standing side stretch with the left arm up and leaning right, with the right arm inching down the right leg. And hold that for a few seconds. And breathe. And we'll switch sides for the side body stretch. Right arm up and left arm inching down the left leg. Quad stretch is next. Hold your right foot in your right hand and bring your left arm above your head. Take a few breaths to stretch out the quad. Then we'll start pressing the right foot into the hand to bow your body open into the dancer. And switching to left quad, stretching out the left quad, standing in place before pressing your left foot into your hand and bowing open into the dancer. Now standing with legs far apart, lean over your left leg, hinging at your hips with a straight back to stretch out your left hamstring. And breathe all the way into that hamstring. And switching now to the right hamstring. And taking some time to stretch both hamstrings by leaning straight forward down the middle, even leaning forwards onto your forefoot to reach deeper into the hamstring. Take the left hand to the mat and twist up to the right with the right arm straight up to the sky. Breathe into that stretch on your left inner thigh. And take the right hand to the mat and twist to the left with the left hand way up. Feel that on your right adductor. Now let's come into downward dog, pressing the hips high, pedaling out the feet if that feels good on your calves, aiming for that triangle shape of your body. Now for pigeon, bring your right knee towards your right hand and right foot towards your left hand on the mat. Take some time to even out your hips, both facing forwards, and sit up to feel that in your left hip flexor. Leaning forwards on your forearms or even to your forehead, to the mat to feel this deeply in your right hip. Now pigeon on the left side, the left knee goes towards the left hand and left foot towards the right hand, laying that shin as parallel to the top of the mat as possible. Maybe someday it will be parallel, but go with where you are today. Feel it in your right hip flexor, then leaning forwards towards the mat to fully stretch the left hip. And from here, come into cobra, with your hands pressing into the mat, stretching the shoulders back, maybe feeling it into your abdominal muscles, and breathe. Come back into a relaxing child's pose with knees wide and hips to heels. Rest your forehead on the mat and move however you like here. Maybe a bit of side body stretch or moving hips side to side. Move on to your hands and knees for thread the needle. Stretch your right arm up high and then thread it under your chest, through the space between your left arm and knee. Breathe into your right shoulder and side body. Now take your left arm up high and thread it through, resting as much of your left shoulder as you can on the mat. Moving again into downward dog, grab your left ankle with your right hand and breathe into the stretch on the outside of your left leg. And now grab your right ankle with your left hand and breathe. And to stretch your left IT band, cross your right leg over your left and leaning your upper body over to the right. Maybe your hands come down to the mat and sticking out your left hip. And now let's do the right IT band by crossing your left leg in front of your right. And then leaning off to the left with your upper body and sticking out that right hip. And come on down to the mat for the seated butterfly. Soles of the feet together, not worrying about how close your knees come to the floor, just feeling this deep into your hips. Extend your butterfly by pushing your feet a few inches forward to do a deep hip stretch, leaning forward, hinging from the hips, straight back. And extend your legs straight out in front of you to do a hamstring stretch by folding over the legs with a straight back. And breathe into those hamstrings. Bend your right leg and cross it over your left leg and twist to the right to stretch the outside of your right hip. Now bend your left leg, cross it over your right extended leg, and twist left. Now from here, come into a low squat, not worrying about whether our heels are on the ground, and let this feel good in your lower back, pressing your hands into the mat. And come to your feet in a forward fold position. Hang there for a bit to stretch out your hamstrings. And rolling up ever so slowly to standing. Come right up to a pencil stretch, reaching way up and making yourself as tall as you can. Big breath in. And we're done. Thanks for stretching with us today. Please subscribe if you liked this and check out our many other workout videos at Top of the Hill Fitness. Thank you to Jen Mann for her painting. There's more information about Jen's work in the video description. See you next time at Top of the Hill Fitness.